Crime, justice and housing among key areas to get priority attention in the 2018-2019 legislative year. Plus government's budget of $773.7 billion revealed, and a stronger partnership to better serve citizens. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. The Andrew Holness-led administration's agenda for the 2018-2019 legislative year was outlined on Thursday. Among the areas for major focus are several pieces of legislation to support crime-fighting measures and to strengthen the justice system. This message was delivered by Governor General Sir Patrick Allen, who outlined government's policy agenda in the 2018-2019 throne speech.
The administration is committed to providing additional resources and support to the anti-crime fight. The justice system will also be given special attention, while the social interventions targeting unattached youth will continue in earnest.
The National Housing Trust is also targeted to deliver more than 4,700 houses and over 6,000 housing starts. And $220 million will be spent in the new fiscal year on two programs to expand and improve the island's water capacity and infrastructure. And following the throne speech, government revealed its projected spending for the 2018-2019 fiscal year. Approximately $773.7 billion has been estimated to manage the affairs of the country. $560 billion will be spent on recurrent expenses, including money for public sector wages and managing hospitals and schools. More than $213 billion is also budgeted to carry out capital projects, including work on some major traffic corridors. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says stronger partnerships will be formed between government and stakeholders to better serve citizens. Mr. Holness was speaking at a luncheon hosted for parliamentarians on the lawns of Jamaica House following the ceremonial opening of Parliament on Thursday.
Out of us sitting down as one parliament, one government, one state, we can share ideas that will work to the benefit of all.
The Prime Minister stressed that the administration's position was to build partnerships across the society, with every sector working together seamlessly.
When we work together in that one body for the common good of Jamaica, we stand a better chance of succeeding than if we work separately. The posture of the government is to build partnerships across the whole of government, for the entire state to work together.
On Tuesday, a contract was signed to build 28 housing solutions in Denham Town. The $72.1 million project will include 24 studio apartments and 4 two-bedroom units. The construction is being financed by the National Housing Trust. Minister without portfolio in the Economic Growth Ministry, Dr. Horace Chang, says the project is symbolic of a new beginning for the people of downtown.
This government has placed great importance on the provision of affordable housing. It is a commitment of the Prime Minister and the entire Cabinet colleague, just for the low-income workers as well as the young working professionals.
He adds that under the Denham Town project, a significant number of residents will be targeted for relocation in the Board Villa areas, where temporary homes have been constructed.
We expect that a number of the residents in what we call Board Villa will be relocated in the new homes, and that we will begin the design work to improve that area.
Also on Tuesday, Prime Minister Holness moved resolutions in Parliament for the extension of the zones of special operations in Mount Salem St. James and Denham Town Kingston. The 60-day extension took effect for Denham Town on February 14, while Mount Salem will take effect on February 28. Mr. Holness said the additional time is necessary to allow for the intensified delivery of social services and infrastructure investment, which have already commenced.
These efforts have already begun to yield important results and have largely been supported by the community.
The Prime Minister also informed Parliament that there had been no reports of murder or gang-related serious crimes in either of the two communities since the implementation of the ZOSOs. Still in Parliament, debate started on the International Business Company's IBC Bill. The bill was piloted by a minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Darrell Vaz. It seeks to modernize Jamaica's appeal as an investment market for international interests. Minister Vaz says the IBC Bill will create a more attractive and competitive business environment in line with international standards and practices.
The bill is designed to attract and facilitate a wide variety of international business activities and boost Jamaica's standing in the international forum as the ideal location to foster and grow investment.
Also coming out of the office of the Prime Minister last week is assurance to judges and citizens that the Cabinet respects and reaffirms the separation of powers and independence of the judiciary in strengthening the rule of law. The statement was in response to a declaration issued by a group of judges who convened a summit of the judicial arm of government on Monday, February 12. Members of the judiciary have voiced objection at the appointment of an acting Chief Justice, which they argue could have negative implications for judicial independence. But in its response, the Office of the Prime Minister said it was never intended to have the recommended person act indefinitely, nor was there any intention on the part of the executive to supervise or direct the judicial branch. The statement goes further to say that the Prime Minister will recommend the appointment of the Chief Justice at an appropriate time and in short order. And finally, Prime Minister Holness lent his support to charity when he participated in the Sagicor Sigma corporate run on Sunday. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Do join us next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.